Hi everyone, Lisa Moore here, your instructor for English 101 online here at GCC. Welcome to week 2. This is just a quick video to give you an overview of what you can expect this week. You will also see written overviews of each week always pop up for you on Monday. It'll have, you'll see the module overview if we're beginning a new module, and then you'll always see the unit overview pop up on a Monday. But you may have noticed our due dates are starting to fall into a nice rhythm. Tuesday, Friday, the occasional Sunday. You may see some Connect assignments or summaries of your Connect work and final drafts of essays due on Sundays. Usually that's because if it's something that might be a little harder to fit into your daily schedule, I want to give you that weekend's worth of wiggle room to figure that out for you, for yourself. Okay, let's talk about what's on your plate. So we are done with the orientation. You also were wonderful and you took the Habits of Mind survey for me, which is twofold. Something that we're using to just kind of gather data about where students are at the beginning of the semester and where they are at the end of the semester, and also to encourage you to think about your strengths and your weaknesses in terms of your grit and tenacity related to your schoolwork. So thank you for that. We are moving into Module 1, which is about communication. How do we communicate with one another, and how has communication changed in the last 40 years? And now I realize that most of you in this class I'm asking you to think back to a time where you were not alive. But you can do a little research to see what was communication like in the year 1980. There are a few things that I'm sure you know. Obviously, we were not texting one another in 1980. Payphones were a thing. Letters were more of a thing. There were not people actively tying letters to the legs of pigeons and sending them forth as an active form of communication. I read a paper like that once, and it gave me a little giggle. So your goal here is to, in this unit, not just this week, but you're going to look back at how we once communicated, how we communicate today, and you're going to need to form an opinion. Is this communication, the communication we enjoy today, better or worse than it was in the past? And you will form up your opinion about that, and we will eventually write a paper about that. But no stress, we have time to figure out how that paper will look. So this week, you have a journal. It's called the Journaling on Point of View, asking you to think about how you communicate. This is where you're going to make a list of all the ways and try to just really dig in there, like all the ways that you communicate. From like, do you make sticky notes to leave for yourself? Like, that's a form of communication. I communicate with myself through sticky notes, text messages, phone calls, Snapchat. Like, really dig in. How do you communicate? Then you'll write a few paragraphs. What's the most important form of communication in your opinion, and how often do you use it? What is the one that you most often use? And right now, where are you? Do you think it's improving, or do you think it's worse than it once was? You also are going to have a short piece of writing where you have to defend a method of communication. This one gets to be in first person. So you just get to think, out of all the ways that we communicate, what's the best one? And defend that based on your opinion. So like I said, this little piece can be first person. There's a discussion about communication. Make sure that you post and that you reply to your classmates. So it's twofold. You need to put out original thinking, and you need to give some feedback that is meaningful and useful to at least 2 classmates for you to get full points. Finally, at the end of the week, you have the second week of Connect, which is called Generating Ideas. So we're starting to talk more in depth about that writing process. You have a lesson on academic writing. You can see me reading my notes on a sticky note. You have a lesson on academic writing and on formatting a paper in MLA style. And then that's it for the week. And then we'll have another wonderful little video chit chat next Monday as we proceed with this 3-week unit, I believe. So at the end of the 3 weeks, you'll produce a short paper of about 800 to 900 words. The papers will get longer. This one's, it's not too hard. It's not too hard. Okay, as always, just remember that this is my job, and I love my job, and I'm here to support you. If you need anything, if you have any questions, where do I find this? How do I use this? How do I manage my time? Can you look at this for me? Yes, I can. Just let me know. Remember that Canvas inbox is my most preferred way of communicating with me. And if you emailed me over the weekend, you wouldn't have heard from me until Monday because I'm not always working on the weekends. I have the 2 little kiddos running around here, so we try to make the most of that. Otherwise, you'll hear back from me within 24 hours. Okay, everybody, thanks for all your hard work. I'm so excited to have all of you in class and to continue to work with you this semester. I will see your beautiful faces in Canvas.